Just the fact that you have a PIXIE just shows so much about you, that you did it. You chopped it off, you know, even if you don't like it, you did it, you know. And I just think we need to applaud all the PIXIE wearers. Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany. I love to make videos all about faith, motherhood, and lifestyle. So join along on this journey with me, with this hair growth journey. I've just been loving having longer hair. Again, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. But that being said, I wanted to talk about my PIXIE cut that I got about 2.5 years ago and how I grew it out, healthy too. That's the big focus for today, is how to have healthy hair in general. I also just wanted to mention that for the past, I guess 3 years, I have been pregnant, I have been going through labor, I've been postpartum, like breastfeeding for over 2 years. It's, you know, the whole shebang. So my body's been through a lot. So if you notice my hair is looking kind of limp and maybe thinner, I've always had I have very fine hair. I would say I don't have very much hair on my scalp too, but I definitely can tell over the years that my hair has just thinned a little bit more, just because my body's using it for other things like feeding my baby and everything. So just keep that in mind. I would still say my hair is very healthy though, and I'm gonna get into those tips today, but just wanted to point that out. And as you can see, I do have these little baby hairs growing in, a lot of them. So that's a good sign that everything's going okay. I'm not like balding or anything, but yeah, it's a little scare at first, for sure. Tip number 1 is focus on the inside out. So think about things that you're putting in your body. Your hair is made up of protein, it's keratin, and your body needs that if you want to grow good, healthy, strong hair. That's something I've been doing honestly for like the past 6 years now, is just incorporating a lot more protein in my diet. And protein powder has actually been really great for that too. I don't take any like hair, skin, or nails supplements, but I mean, I don't know. I always wonder if those are just gimmicks, but if it works for you, that's great. I will say my prenatal vitamins, because I have to take them anyway, I know they're working out really well for me. So just getting your vitamins in, getting good dark leafy greens in, getting your plate nice and colorful. Each meal is so important. So, oh, and don't forget to hydrate too. Tip number 2, I know this is tough for a lot of people, but try your best to avoid heat. Try your best to avoid the hair dyes, the bleaching, all the shebang. It's gonna just bless you so much in the long run, for sure. And you know, I've never been one to dye my hair very much. I did it a little bit in high school, but honestly, I haven't dyed my hair since freshman year of college. So it's been a good 8 years or so, and my hair is definitely thanking me for that. No, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I've been like dreaming of having blonde hair in the future. Who knows? But I will say, I've heard that like when you do dye your hair, try to first get healthy hair first. Try to make it moisturized and, you know, luscious and everything before you dye it, because then it'll at least be able to withstand, your hair will be able to withstand the dye better. It's stronger for that. So it's obviously still damaging, but it might be a little bit better when you have healthier hair for it. When I had my PIXIE cut, I did like the curling iron just a couple times a month. Nothing crazy though. Because I really enjoyed doing those different hairstyles and having curly hair a little bit, but having short hair at the same time. So I really liked that. But try your best to lower the amount of heat you put on your hair and just all the chemicals in general. It'll do you so much for the long run. Tip number 3 is don't wash your hair every day. But that being said, like I said, I have fine, thinner hair, and for me, I tried the no shampoo method. I did, you guys. I gave it a good year in college to do the no poo method, and I mean, I will say my scalp didn't get super greasy over time. Like, I definitely do believe that if you don't wash your hair so often, that your scalp just kind of regulates itself and it doesn't produce so much oil. That being said though, I think that is beneficial more for people with thicker, coarser, curlier hair, drier hair in general. I'm the opposite though. I need less moisturizing things. I definitely still want to moisturize for sure, but I don't need so much of it. And like washing my hair once in a while is actually pretty good for me and the health of my scalp, because I do naturally produce more oils. I probably wash my hair every other day, every 2 days. So on average, it's probably 3 times a week. So, and that's been working really nice for me. But again, you might be different. You might be someone who needs to wash your hair once a week or every other day. Like, you know, we're all different, but I do feel like give it a try. Even if you have finer, thinner hair like me, try your best to not wash it every single day if you can, because it does strip the natural oils. I will say that. So we need those natural oils on our scalp to keep our hair healthy, and it does help your hair grow more. Like just oil in general helps your hair grow. So how cool is that? Anyways, okay. So tip number 4 is to use leave-in conditioners, hair masks, your oil treatment, all that good stuff. Anything that nourishes, especially the ends. And you guys, this isn't something I didn't do for the longest time. I think after I got my PIXIE cut was when I chopped it all off and I was like, you know what? I just want to, I get a fresh start. Like this is wonderful. So I can just really nourish my hair now. And I went out and bought a big tub of hair mask, even though I didn't have much hair to begin with. So that being said, since I do have finer hair again, I don't need so much of it. You might be the total opposite. You might need more conditioner, and your hair just might be more on the drier side. So you definitely would want to moisturize it more with more of that product. Leave-in conditioner has been wonderful. I will share all the products down below. By the way, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll have that link down below. And it is a leave-in conditioner, but it's also a heat protectant, and it does like 10 other things. So it's wonderful. I love it so much. And I just wish I would have started using those things earlier, because that has definitely been beneficial for my hair. I just feel like I don't even have any tangles. I never have tangles, you guys. And I have pin straight hair, so that helps, but I never have tangles, and I love it. So there you go. Tip number 5 is to use a sulfate shampoo. And I know I just said don't wash your hair all the time, but for me personally, this has been working because, again, I produce way too much oil on my scalp. So when I go in with a little heavier, stronger sulfate shampoo, that really helps just take all the buildup away, and I can just start fresh. And it's kind of like you're getting your car detailed or something. You just want to get that all cleaned out, all the little things cleaned out in your car, so you can just have a nice fresh car when you go in. And then, you know, it'll get dirty again, but then you can go get it detailed. It'll be fine. So that's been working for me, but maybe for you, it would be once a week or once every 6 months. You know, again, we're all so different, but I think don't be so afraid of the sulfate shampoos. But I wouldn't recommend using those every single day. Every month or so, I like to try to use a sulfate shampoo, and that's been working for me. Number 6 is kind of a weird one. It's called the inversion method. You might have heard this one before, but this one is, I always say like in the beginning of the month for like the first week, the first 7 days, essentially what you want to do is just tip your head over. So have your head upside down, and you're gonna massage your scalp for a good 4 minutes or so. And that just gets the blood flow going, and having it upside down, like it's kind of like, you know, working with gravity. You know, it could be totally one of those things where you're thinking it's gonna work, so you see it's working, but who knows. But I do think just massaging in general, just massaging your scalp can really help. Something that I've been also using more of is rosemary oil. That's supposed to be really good for hair growth. So putting a little, like literally just 3 drops in my scalp, massaging that all over. That has been wonderful. And just take a good 4 to 5 minutes to massage. It feels so good, so relaxing, and you'll be just ready to go to bed, and it'll be wonderful. Tip number 7 would be to get regular trims, but this doesn't mean every 6 weeks. Obviously, when you trim your hair doesn't grow from the ends. But I do think just to clean up the ends and to get the split ends off so that your hair doesn't end up pulling all the way up and up as your hair is growing, and it'll just stay nice and clean at the bottom. It'll stay stronger at the bottom so that when your hair does grow in, it's just all nice and sturdy. So I definitely recommend that tip. So when you go to your hairstylist, I would just recommend them to try to cut just the bottom part, and then it'll try to reach up more to the top part so it can stay more even and everything. But they probably already know this too if they're specialized in pixie cuts, but if they're not, then you know. I feel like I'm looking up there. Shoot, I'm not looking in the right spot. Tip number 8 is to just be gentle on your hair, especially when it's wet, because obviously we know when it's wet, it's the most fragile. I try to use like a wide tooth comb, so you can definitely use that. I have actually found that when your hair is in a wet state for a pretty long time, it's actually not so good for your hair. Obviously, you don't want to put so much heat on it to blow dry it though. So what I do is dry it like 80% of the way, 90% of the way, and then I'll just go in with a hair dryer on the cool setting and then dry it that way. That really helps. And it just feels, I also feel like when I blow dry it, it just has more volume at the top and just feels, I don't know, smoother. So that's good. Tip number 9 is to just have fun with your pixie cut and just to enjoy it. Even if you don't really like it that much, first of all, I would recommend, if you don't like it, to try to go into the salon and see if they can clean up things. If it is looking a little bit ratted out at the bottom, looking more like a mullet, that can help you feel better about your hairstyle. But I would also say just play up with your hairstyle. Like if you want to curl it a little, just use some, you know, obviously I said before, don't use so much heat, but you can do it a couple times, maybe like once a week or something. Or use headbands, use bows, use little clips in your hair. Just you do like the half up, half down hairstyle. And then something else that I started doing once my hair got to about shoulder length, finally, I was able to do the robe curl. So I will post that down below. You guys maybe have seen that if you see my vlogs before, but it's just like a little tube thing, and then you wrap your hair around it, and then you just lie in it through the night, and then in the morning you'll just have nice curly hair. And I really like that because you don't put any heat on it, feels super gentle. Tip number 11, enjoy every length of your pixie cut. You have a pixie. That is amazing. Just the fact that you have a pixie just shows so much about you, that you did it. You chopped it off, you know, even if you don't like it, you did it, you know. And I just think we need to applaud all the pixie wearers. But no, seriously, you guys, I just think enjoy your pixie, and especially at every length that it's at. So, you know, something I didn't really do much of, and I've learned now from having a pixie, is I wanted to do more hairstyles, but I didn't enjoy it to its fullest potential. So at any length that your hair is at, just enjoy it. Enjoy the length that it's at. You could have a shorter pixie or a short bob, lob, you know, things like that, and you can still make it look good and just enjoy it. I also just, over the years, after having a pixie, have just been enjoying my natural hair. Like every time I can see more growth coming in, it just gives me more appreciation for the hair that I have. Because I feel like before having a pixie, I just kind of treated it as like, whatever, it's hair. I didn't do much with it. But now it's like, oh, it's wonderful. I love it. I love having hair. And it's such a gift. So, you know, treat it like that. Treat it as a blessing, because it is. Something else to remind yourself of is, no matter what length you're at, I would always say shorter, healthy hair is better than longer, damaged hair. It's so easy to get down on yourself when you have such short hair and you want to have the long hair, but just remember, as long as your hair is really healthy and you just feel good about it, like that's really wonderful. And again, coming back to tip 1, like focusing on the inside out and how you're feeling and everything. That's what matters. Thank you guys all for watching this. And if you got something out of this, I would love to know if you have a pixie cut or if you're planning on getting a pixie cut. I want to know all about that. So you guys comment that down below. You guys have a blessed day. I love you. Jesus loves you. And you guys take care. Bye.